Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and peaceful Mystery.
And I'm Jay.
So today we're going to take 10 to 15 minutes to talk about a guide to freshwater mussels. I'll read you everything and where to get it. If we can, this is on Jay. This is you have to remember this.
You
have to
dialed
put
in
the link in the description.
All right, I'll totally remember to do that.
So this is a free guide for freshwater mussels. We always talk about the fat mucket. This studio is named after the fat mucket
Right,
and everything. Yeah. In Ohio, every native freshwater mussel species is considered endangered, whether they are or aren't. And that's because people were unable to ID the endangered versus the non-endangered, and we're killing endangered for harvesting purposes.
So they just put a blanket over all of them.
They just had, because everybody refused to learn, because IDing mussels is quite hard.
I remember you saying that. It was like the hardest thing of all the animal species.
Anything I worked with,
Yeah.
mussels and larval salamanders are the two hardest.
Ooh, who'd have thought?
Because larval salamanders, they do so much of their developing after they hatch.
Yeah.
So people always talk about, whether you're a creationist, an evolutionist, whatever, it doesn't matter. But where if you watch embryos develop, like you ever seen where they compare like human embryos and dolphin embryos and they look very similar? Or fish embryo, like we all have similar stages. We all have the same building blocks. Right. All, terrestrial, all vertebrate life has the same building blocks. Anything with, technically it's with a backbone, but like fish or vertebrates, even though some of them are cartilagenic fish. So they have a spine, but it's just a cartilage spine.
And sharks like that?
Yeah. Gotcha. They still have bones. Like sharks have some bones, like their jaw, for example.
Right, yeah.
And their gill rakers. If you look at it, like the big shark skeletons like they have on display, that's the little finger bones behind their head. Yeah. Those are what keeps their gills separated.
Oh, okay.
So they're not laying, so they're still...
They can breathe.
Yeah, keeping surface area high.
Yeah.
Those are called gill rakers.
Okay.
But this is called the Freshwater Guide to the Freshwater Mussels of the Chicago Wilderness. And even though it's for the Chicago Wilderness...
I think you're
a field guide, field guide to the freshwater mussels of the Chicago Wilderness.
There we go.
Even though it says Chicago Wilderness, most of these species are ubiquitous across the Mississippi and what's called the Eastern Plateau. So that's the East Coast and the Mississippi drainage. That's like 60 to 70% of the 48 states. Okay.
So almost a lot of them, majority of them.
Continental United States or whatever, the connected, however that word, I'm forgetting the word for the connected United States.
You're right, continental. That's right.
That never makes sense to me because Alaska's still on the same continent.
Yeah.
But there's a country separating.
Correct. That's where I think
That's why I don't like that term because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Alaska has mussels, it's just not, I don't think many of these. I'll read it where you can get it. This guide can be downloaded in the Abbott Acrobat PDF format from the Field Museum website at www.fieldmuseum.org/Chicago Guides.
Just check the description in the box.
For information about obtaining a hard copy of this guide, contact the Openlands, which we'll talk about, at I'll give you the number. It's public. 312-863-6250. This is the lady where we accidentally ran into her when we were doing a fish survey, and she had a mussel box that we accidentally shocked.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
And we thought that it was somebody illegally capturing mussels, and then it had a tag. So we had moved the box a little bit. So we felt very bad because we're messing with her survey. Yeah, because as far as we knew, we both were doing things and did not know about each other. Right. Yep. And she was extremely nice. I'll give you her name. So this guide basically was prepared by Laura, I just had it right.
Laura?
Sorry. Barnesh. Okay. He's the associate director of the Gateway. The Gateway associate director of the Openlands. Okay. Which is where we met her. There's a river behind the Openlands. We were doing a fish survey. And
what is the Openlands again?
It's a very, very cool, if you're in the Chicagoland area, it's like an hour north or south of Chicago. Okay. It's like an interactive. We don't have many here in Ohio. We have some around Columbus. So it's hard to explain. It's not like a zoo. It's like a nature center.
Okay.
Where she's doing conservation work that has some public visiting hours and some things you can go see.
Okay, cool.
But that's where that rare species of dragonfly she's been working with.
Yeah.
Where like 50 of the last 60 of them are housed there.
That's wild. Yeah.
So it's there's a lot, but it's mostly mussel conservation and some blandings, turtles conservation, and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
If you're in the area, it's definitely worth going. Check the visiting hours and stuff like that. The openlands of Illinois. But yeah, so she did most of this work. There is about 24 other people on this. But it's a really cool guide. And then Chicago, the Field Museum has a bunch of other similar guides. Some that I actually think our buddy, my buddy. Did you ever meet Zach Alley?
No, just vicariously through
me?
you. Yes.
He hasn't been around, as in this area in a
Physically,
long time.
yeah.
But I think some of his photos are in some of the fish guides. And I think actually some of the fish we had caught for the Shed Aquarium is in the field guide pictures and some of the field museum pictures.
Okay.
So yeah, check it out. It's really cool. So this guide is the single, in my humble opinion, the single best guide. It's so intensive for freshwater mussels. Specifically, it's for Chicagoland. But
yeah,
like I said, most of these are found ubiquitously through the Mississippi drainage, the Great Lakes drainage, and the Eastern Plateau.
Now, is the purpose of this guide to help you or whoever identify mussels?
Yes. So some mussels are, and it gives you like everything from their environmental profiles. So I'm going to read you, we'll go over the first guy. The very, very first mussel, so you can kind of see what these guides are about. Because there's about 60 of them in here, 70 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive.
So that's the elephant ear. It gives you their scientific name. So that's the mussels. You've seen these.
The mussel is called elephant ear?
Yes.
It's not the dessert treat you get at the fair?
These guys are absolutely massive.
Oh, okay.
I have not seen a shell, a full-grown one in a long time, but you've seen them when you were a kid. I seen them when I was a kid. These were like the guys the size of your head.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eliphopo carcinodin is the scientific name. They have everything from living views. They show pieces, what's called the turnbuckle, which is the part of the shell. They describe the part of the shell. They show you how large the average specimen is, what you're looking for. So ID aids. And so they have a little thing that just says ID aid. External surface, a large, thick, somewhat triangular shell with a relatively smooth procostrum, which is the little butt of the shell.
Okay.
Like I said, it'll point, like the pictures point and show you what every word you don't know. It shows you on a guide of like, this is what we're talking about. If this is smooth, it's this. If it's rough, it's this.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost black and older shells and a distant peristal ridge. Internal structures. So, as if it's a dead mussel, don't crack them open to look at these.
Yeah.
They have some pharyngeal teeth that are large and are often purple.
Mm.
So if you find a freshly dead one, they do have some teeth. They are similar species they get mistaken for, which are the spike group and the mucket group.
Ah, our friends, the muckets.
Which is common for, like, these are the big guys, right? So
right.
The muckets, the spikes, and the elephant ears are the really big mussels.
Okay.
So when you see them, you're just like, I always make the joke that it's a fat mucket. If I ever see a like a giant mussel anymore, it's a fat mucket, even though it's probably a creeper.
Right. There's I think
there's like 70, 80 species in here.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the big thing about this book or the guide in general is it's loaded with so many clams and mussels that I
think
that
it's
are
only one species of clam.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it is just the mussel guide, huh?
Well, no, it does. So there is an invasive clam.
Gotcha.
List, so
it's good to know that too. But there's a lot of these are just so similar.
They are, and it's very hard.
Yes.
As far you've made the mention, I don't know if you made the mention on the. Or sorry, I'm turning pages. You're actually hearing
you physically, moving the book.
I don't know if you've said it on here or not. Mussels are one of the hardest things that biologists can ID as far as an animal, a freshwater animal. Crustaceans like crayfish are up there. A lot of the crayfish aren't very hard to tell apart, but there are some species that are just very, very hard. Like, actually, they just discovered a whole new species here in Ohio.
Of crayfish?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're still working on it, and it was a college girl discovered it.
Oh, cool.
She found it in a ditch.
Oh, cool.
So they find new species all the time. And Ohio is the single most biologically researched place on the planet. And they just found a new species of crayfish.
Wow.
I actually think there's a species of crayfish that lives in the quarries around here.
Mm-hmm.
That is an extinct species in Ohio.
Mm.
I tried to prove that a while ago. This is when I was still a biologist. I tried to prove it, and I took it to the Ohio State University, and I couldn't get any backing because nobody wanted to stake it. Because they went extinct when they started dredging for rocks.
Yeah.
They went extinct in the rivers.
Uh-huh.
I think they survived in pockets in the quarries.
We should try to make that. We should revive what's that?
Revive that study?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an extinct animal that lives 2 minutes down the road.
Exactly.
I think so, at least. The one biologist that specialized in crayfish, the only answer I could get out of him is he could not determine. But the species that I think it is went extinct, and we don't really have any specimens.
Right, yeah.
So it's hard to compare.
You're right, exactly.
So, I mean, do you want me just to give you some list? I won't read them all for you, but just I'll tell you some names of fun mussels.
Sure. I mean, yeah, mussels.
Every mussel name
is wild.
Is funny.
Yes, that's true.
So there's elephant ears, there's maple leafs, there's monkey faces, there's pimplebacks, there's pistol grips, there's a pond horn, there's purple warty backs, there's a round pigtoe, a sheep nose, a spike elioto, a three ridge, a washboard pigtoe, a washboard, which is just its own species.
Yeah.
So a washboard pigtoe and a washboard is different. A creek heel splitter, a creeper, which as far as anybody today in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, if you see a larger mussel like the size, like a hand, like you could pick up like a hand-sized mussel, it's most likely a creeper. They're one of the fastest mussels. A cylindrical paper shell, an elk toe, a fluted shell, a giant floater, a paper pond shell, a salamander mussel, a slipper shell, a white heel splitter, a black sand shell, a butterfly, a deer toe, an ellipses, a fat mucket,
there it is,
a fawn's foot, a fragile paper shell, a liput, a mucket, a pink heel splitter, a pink paper shell, a plain pocket. I'm almost done.
Okay.
A plain pocketbook, a rainbow, a snuff box, which we found a lot of snuff boxes in some areas.
Gosh.
A yellow sand shell. That's it.
Okay.
There are some exotics. Do you want me to read them to you?
Well, I was going to ask you, what is, again, I don't know if we did said it on this show, not this episode. What is the difference between a mussel and a clam?
Okay. Which I don't know really off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But they're different lineages. So they're different family groups.
Okay.
There are some biological differences, but I do not know them off the top of my head.
Okay.
But we do have exotic. Zebra mussels are an invasive.
Yep.
Quagga mussels are an invasive. And Asian clams are an invasive.
Okay.
They're also called fingernail clams.
Okay.
There are whole stream beds in Illinois
Just full of that.
They're the only substrate, so the only bottom is dead Asian clams.
Ooh. Dang.
They have completely wiped out ecosystems. They've eaten themselves to extinction.
Death. Yeah. I remember being.
You can't touch mussels. I want to make that very clear. Most states you can't touch them. You can't keep dead shells. Ohio is definitely one of them.
Maybe I'm not going to tell the story I was about to tell.
That changed relatively recently. I'm just saying.
What about in Canada?
I have no idea. That's international, so that's a felony.
So I probably shouldn't tell that story.
I wouldn't.
I
mean, when I was a kid, we were still eating them, right?
Yeah.
You were still allowed to harvest them and eat them.
Oh, yeah.
We had shells.
I think I'm past the point of, what's that called when it's past so much time?
Now, you got to be careful. Endangered species, statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations. Well, when we were
federal crimes are a little, or international crimes are a little different.
I'll just tell a little bit, though. But when we were up, we used to go to Canada every other summer and go fishing. That was just our family vacation. And one year, and I'd always see them. The water was just so nice and clear, but you could always see the bottom, especially when the water's like, 4 or 5 foot at certain areas. You could just see all the way to the bottom, all the rocks and all the clams and mussels. And I remember one time just like, I want to get some, like, I want to eat them. And, but we never did that before. We just
some of them are toxic.
Fish. Oh, that's what Mom was saying. So I ended up I went down and grabbed like 3 or 4 of them, and they were like big. And then we can see at home, but I don't know, like a small little potato size. And And I caught them, and I told my mom I brought them in the house, and she's like, we're not eating those. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna die. It's like, oh, whatever. But it scared me enough to where I didn't do it. But I used to just put them in the little bowls and watch them, and their little foot, would come out. I don't know what.
Lick?
Yeah, something. But
it's a tongue.
Their tongue, okay, and it looked like it was yellow like egg yolk. I remember that. So I don't know what.
So that would be an ID characteristic. You'd actually look that up in this guide. And find out what it is. But so it actually explains everything. Like I said, there's pictures explaining every type of like the mussel. And if you're a homeschooler, which we have some homeschoolers listen to this.
Yeah.
Or if you're a biology teacher, this is a great thing to have in a classroom. Go out if you do fields, like don't pick up mussels legally. Don't pick up mussels.
Right, yeah.
Don't touch them. But maybe you had some old shells that you collected 20 years ago or whatever. You could go through with kids, and this is what's called a dichotomous key, which helps you figure out a species.
Dichotomous.
Yeah. But it's a great guide, and it's super easy. So like what I love about it is there's, for example, it'll say very thin, thin, moderate, thick, thick, very thick are shell thicknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many guides that don't tell you what that means. They just
say, does this?
This gives actual measurements.
Okay.
To explain. And in the book, it has it printed.
Yeah.
How thick that is.
That's pretty sweet.
So you could take this guide and go to the book and look at how thick the shell you're looking at is and be like, okay, it's that.
I mean, if anyone, adult or kid at home has any mild interest in clams, mussels, or any sort of bivalve of the sort, this would be a great thing. It's free. Again, it's free. To just download, have around the house, just to flip through.
And then if you get this guide, it has a myriad of other free things.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ohio State University actually helps with this one, too.
Yeah. These are great things that, and it might sound silly, but I'm being dead serious. Great things just to have, like, in the bathroom.
It's cool to look at.
Yeah.
Because some of these I think I've only seen one monkey face in my life. Because I remember just seeing their shells are super, super cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
But even like pimplebacks, like these giant bumps on their backs.
Yeah.
And these look more like a clam, but they're mussels.
Mm-hmm.
And it explains that with the different body shapes and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's a pond horn. That's probably what you were seeing in Canada, if I had to guess.
Probably.
They're very common in ponds. They're very common in still water. So a lot of the quarries around here have them.
Well, this was in what is that? The Great North Basin? What's that called?
But it's not in a river, right?
No, it's in
So there's a myriad. Most of these guys are going to live in only moving water because they're filter feeders.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few that'll live in not stagnant water. Ponds and lakes. I
would say where we go though it's moving water.
Then it may be a whole different
because it's for anyone listening, it's called McGregor Bay in Ontario, Canada. It's just a neat spot. It's what's that called? It's Lake Erie, but then the top half, it has that extra.
It's in Lake Erie?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. The top of Lake Erie, the Canada side of it. There's that, I thought it was the Great North Basin. Now I'm drawing a blank. It's like the bigger, it almost could be another Great Lake connected to Lake Erie, but it's part of Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm. That's not Lake Erie.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of like the other one, Superior or something.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the map right now just so I get it right. Okay, it is Lake. Yeah, you're right. Definitely not Lake Erie. It's Lake Huron. Lake Huron. Okay, the Manitoulin Islands.
Yeah.
The Georgian Bay. That's the part.
The Georgian Bay.
Yes, the Georgian Bay of Lake Huron is where it's at. I love it up there. And hopefully going back this summer.
So the giant floater has a pretty big range into Canada, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe I'll use that guide and ID that clam I found many, many years ago.
You said it had a yellow tongue?
Yeah, it had a yellow. That's what I remember as a kid. It was like yellow or orangey, like egg yolk, like a really rich egg yolk, Because that's what, as a kid, I don't know. That was just like the only thing I could compare it to because I thought it was so strange. That was the first time I'd ever seen that.
Well, these guys have a yellow or a green tongue.
Ooh, okay. We're getting closer. Kind of looks like, I know, but they all look the same.
There's like three main body types of mussels.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this thing's really neat. Again,
I got my copy from Laura.
Oh, from the author herself, or one of the authors, but the main one.
She's like the main mussel biologist.
Did 90% of it.
Yeah, but yeah, she handed me this a long time ago.
Nice,
very nice lady.
Yeah.
But
again, free online. Check in the description box. We'll put the link to it.
If it's not there, don't message me. It's Jay's fault.
Yeah, email me.
Yeah, I'm going to make you your own email
for Freaky Fauna Friday.
Yeah, for complaints.
Oh, fish for complaints. Perfect. Never read them. I'll never read them.
I'll make you read them on air. Like, all right, open it.
Complaints.
That's just 4,000 messages.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. This will be a long episode, guys. All right.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's a cool guide, and it's a step. Maybe I have other guides. If you enjoy this type of thing, it's a little different than normal Freaky Fauna.
Right, yeah.
But this is one of my favorite guides I've had. But I have some salamander guides. I have some freshwater fish. I even have a cetacean guide, which is whales and dolphins and porpoises.
And guides in general are a great gift for, kids in your life.
I loved them when I was a little kid. If you have a kid that is animal obsessed, they're great.
Absolutely.
Because, when I bought so it's a Smithsonian one, but when I bought the cetacean guide.
Sorry.
When I bought the cetacean guide, I knew about beaked whales and stuff like that, but it has beaked whales. There's only ever been one.
Yeah.
And it's so that's neat to see. But there are several over there. I'm looking at the shelf right now. So if you like this, we'll do some more.
I liked it.
And Ohio offers some free ones like you get with your fishing license and stuff like that.
You can look up the Ohio one online and it's free.
They're much more basic.
Compared to this, yes.
Yes. Even like the fish one.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been inaccuracies in the past.
But that's what this show's about.
Yes, because the DNR...
Righting wrongs.
The DNR does it, not like the...
like Laura does it.
Like Laura does it.
Let's put it that way.
Because, there's just been some fish that... We always laughed at the office when we get the new one every year, and we're like...
Looking for the mistakes?
Well, that's not that fish.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, never mind.
It's more with the, smaller species and stuff. It's not like the game fish or anything like that. They don't mess up that, but... when we start talking about silver jaws and trout perch and pirate perch.
Right, and the smelt.
There's only one species of smelt in the Great Lakes region, which is what?
I don't remember.
It's Osmiridae. Remember Oz, the rainbow.
Oh, rainbow smelt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember that.
That's the only reason I remember. That's one of the things. Osmiridae is because it's the rainbow to go to the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to remember.
Mm-hmm. All right, I've been the Great and Peaceful Mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.